Okay. Let's stop the cam. Let's get image going right quick. Oh, what we got? Got anybody in here yet? Nope. Let me get some music playing. Let me get my music going. Start the cam up. All right. I don't know if we got the music playing or not. Wait for a few people to get in the chat. All right, all right. We already got some comments. Let's see what's going on. Okay, let me get to them in a second. Had to throw some lotion on my hands, man. Kind of dry. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Get this thing up over here as well. Okay, okay. What's up? What's up? Steph, what's going on over there on your side of the world? I know it's in Europe. It's what time is it? Shoot, man, I'm all off. It must be, well, let me guess right quick. In Europe, it's 6 p.m. So this might be a good time. This might be, I was just, I had to drop this video today. So I was just thinking, like, let me just go ahead and do a live right quick, get up on here. It's been like 2 weeks since I dropped the video, the last video. So I figured I need to get back on it a little bit. Yeah, and right after this, tonight, I'm already starting on the next one. The next one's already, I got another video in the waiting. It should be done. I'm not even gonna touch it too much. It's a vlog style. Not this one coming out today. It's more edited, cinematic, trying some things. So you get a good shot of the beach, hanging out at the beach. I think I did a good job on the music, but we'll see. We'll see. You might not like it. You might not. But feedback is constructive. If you got some feedback, let me know. But it should be a good one. It's not going to waste too much of your time either. It's only 8 minutes, so got my little tiny cup of coffee. You see what I'm saying? I be sipping these things, man. Let me see what this camera doing. If it's that thing stay locked on the face, it's like, no, we know you back there. Okay, now it's locked on the cup. Bam. Okay, back on me. But yeah, it's not too late for coffee just yet. Yeah. But the video coming out, is a video in Florianopolis, Brazil. Right now, my plan is to hop around Brazil, at least a little bit. Might not make any major hops, but I'm moving around, and yeah, to see different sides. But you're going to see a lot of videos on Florianopolis because there's a lot to see, man. It's a place that has beaches, mountains in the backdrop, trails, little quaint towns, just lagoons, sand dunes. If you see my live feeds, the couple of live feeds I've done over the last week, you should actually might have got a whiff of that. The first live feed I did, I was actually out. We did a walk. It got cut off, but then I think a good part of it was done up. And I also might just make a video combining that, taking the pure video from that live stream that got cut off, and then just putting it together, mixing it with some other videos, and showing you that whole route of that day. Because it was a lot. it was a lot to see actually for one day. It was, I was walking through um, a lot of the town. I think it's Lagoa. That's the section of Florianopolis, which I think it means lagoon because it's right by the lagoon. Um, but yeah, from there you can walk, and that's a hot part of town too. If you're ever visiting, that's like the digital nomad center. If you're into that lifestyle, but Florianopolis has other sides of the city too. So it has a city and a city center where I did another live there too. And if you were to see that, you would think I'd be, a far distance away. It's like it might be like a 15-20 minute ride. And that's mainly because of traffic from that beach that looks secluded or very few people to the downtown central, which is crazy because I feel like, I don't know, I guess if you lived here or if you lived in that part of Brazil, Florianopolis, you get used to it, right? You would be like, oh, well, it's the beach, man. It's whatever. But they're so close. People who work downtown, you would think they'd be at the beach every day. But hey, I don't, like I said, I guess you get used to that type of thing. But I feel like in Southern California, people who are in, like, say, San Diego, might live downtown, they're still making it to the beach pretty often. So I don't know. Maybe it's the same, but it definitely is. That's one thing about this area of like southern Brazil. It has a different vibe from like central, like Rio and all that up further up north. It's it's more of a European vibe. One, you see a lot of people that look more European descent, whether that's Portuguese or Italian, I think German. So there's a lot of that down here, but the roads on Florianopolis are small. So it seems like maybe the traffic limits how many people are actually going out there. Because I think during rush hour traffic, a 20-minute drive would turn into an hour real fast. It's not that far. It's just that the roads it's only two lanes. And a lot of times it goes down to one lane each way. So if you're trying to go, for example, the beach we went to on the video on the live, you'd have to you'd have to go, probably half of that is on a one lane road with the maximum speed probably about like 30 miles per hour. But when it's that rush hour, I don't know if you can consider it rush hour because it's just like it feels like once 50 cars are on the road, it's backed up. But it is what it is, and I think it coincides with rush hour times. So around those times of day, it'll be heavy traffic going one of the ways, going in or out, and yeah, it slows it down a little bit. So I think bicycling, if you have a bicycle and you're staying on that side of the island, you're all right because they got bike lanes almost everywhere. They got enough room for you to get over on a bike. So that would be my suggestion if you're gonna stay out a place like this. But yeah, what other so we got six people in the chat. What questions we got? Let's see, we got Stefano, he's coming from France, Lafayette. I don't know where you tuning in from. Casino sounds like Vegas, you know. I'm sure we got some other people lurking in the chat. They could pop up if they want. But the video is going to be premiering in 15 more minutes. Let me see if I think that's the video right there. I'm gonna paste that in the chat. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully things are going through. Let's see what's happening. Let me get this up right quick. Yeah, so that's the move right now. That's the move right there. Like I said, video's pretty cinematic, so to speak, versus like the lives and everything I was doing. The lives are cool. I like them because I can get them off, and it actually shows you a lot of what's going on at that moment. Um, but yeah, I think the this video is going to be of Praia de la Goa, which means praia. Whenever you see that in Portuguese, just means beach, but it's the beach of the lagoon of Barra da Lagoa, and I think it's the second most popular beach in Florianopolis. And then I got a video of the first most popular beach, which was Mole, which we saw some of that the first time I went, but I actually went a second time to Mole as well. A lot of the beaches I'm gonna be doing in these videos, I went there multiple times. So um, first couple days on the island, just did a real quick tour on my own, self tour. Just went around, hit different spots, just looked on the map, like, okay, cool, let's go there. Let's go there. And just kind of hopping around. And actually, I did get some good input from a friend of mine and via Instagram, one of her friends that's around. She pointed me in the right direction on a lot of places. She gave me a lot of information though, so a lot of those places I just wasn't able to hit. Um, but it'll be more than enough to give you a good feel of Florianopolis. And then coming up, got some other destinations I want to hit. Um, haven't really made my mind up yet on which ones. Got a few that I'm thinking about. So if any of y'all got suggestions, let me know because Brazil's a big country. I think I want to stay in the south of Brazil this time, um, or right now. I think I want to stay in the south, but who knows? I could change my mind in the next hour and be like, going north, going to the Amazon, going central. Um, all depends. A lot of it depends on what's happening. Some of the research I do on, you know, just the potential of a trip. Like how would it be to film it? What type of content is available? Am I into that type of content? When I think of the Amazon, that does want to pull me. I do want to go to the Amazon, but that has to be planned properly. So that's one thing I'm thinking about too. So if anybody has any insight on that, holla at me. Rio Grande do Sul, okay. Rio Grande of the South. Yeah, I gotta check into that, man. Tobias the Traveler, he definitely has been around as well. Been around a few places. But yeah, that's one thing I got to do is I want to hit more places. I want to get more familiar with Brazil. If I go to a place and it rubs me the wrong way, you know, Brazil's such a big country. I already know it's not just you can't write off the whole country from one place. Um, I say that to say I had a friend in Africa that she did some time in Brazil in school as an exchange student, and she was in the South, and she had a really bad time in Porto Alegre. She was saying the people there were very skin tone conscious. Let's put it like that. And they weren't, they gave her a hard time pretty much until they heard her speaking English. But she spoke Portuguese. So when she was speaking Portuguese, they would give her a bad time, a hard time. And when she spoke English, people would lighten up. Um, so I don't know. I think of a place like that, and maybe I should go just to see, because that was a well, I won't say a long time ago, but it was years ago. When she was there, that was her experience. But I wonder if it was just her or if it's really like that. And I wouldn't be looking for it if I went there. It's just something I would be aware of if I do go there. Something to take note of and be like, oh, okay, yep, there. This is what's going on here. Book the ticket to leave. You know. But then again, sometimes you hear people say things like that, and you go there, and you might notice something, but then it's still offset by a group of people that you have a great time with. I've noticed that before in some places, um, where it's like that. But who knows? I mean, that's part of traveling, man. It's not everybody's gonna like you or do things the way you think they should be done everywhere you go. One weird thing I noticed about the Florianopolis area, um, especially like central Florianopolis, because that's what you do more like walking on the sidewalk and stuff like that, is people would you be walking, people drive on the right side of the road, so you expect them to walk on the right side of the sidewalk, which most people do. But if you walk around all day, at least if you walk around, let's say for an hour a day, you're gonna run into at least one person. And I'm not talking about somebody who's on drugs or nothing like that, because you see very little of that in Florianopolis area. Um, but you'll see at least one person that will walk on the right side, or they'll be on their left side, walking on your side, and like will try to act like they won't give up their side. They'll be like try to put their head down, and there's other people coming this way. So like for you to go over there is it's just a weird thing. I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm not getting. Maybe it's something that I'm not aware of. But I notice when you're on the right side and you're further from the street. So obviously, if you're on the right side, if you're on the other side of the sidewalk and you're on the right side, you're closer to the street. But if you're on the right side of the street, on the right side of the sidewalk, if you understand what I'm saying, you're further away from the street. So maybe that's what it is. They're trying to be further away from the road. I don't know, but it's kind of weird. Like I've bumped heads with people a little bit, like come to a complete stop, like, what are we doing here? like, like don't you drive on the right side of the road? So are we walking on the right side of the sidewalk? Everybody else is doing that. Well, I don't have a conversation. I just take my step and do what I do. But it's from I've seen it from men and women, which is strange to me. Women, I would kind of give a break because it's like, all right, they want to be away from the street for something. But dudes, I'm like, what? You're not a kid. Are you afraid of the street? What's going on? I don't know. If somebody knows, inform me, because just something that's a little weird. It's not my city, not my town, so I'm just passing through. But something I noticed. It's kind of strange. But yeah, so another 5 minutes, we got the video premiering. Um, on the beach, you don't have those issues. Like when you're out there hanging at the beach, you don't have too much of that. Although I will say this, I did go from one beach, not in this video, maybe in my next video. I went from one beach and we walked north from Playa Mole to Playa, I forgot, it starts with a G. Actually, I show the Google Maps of this video of this beach in this video coming out today. But that beach is a nude beach. I didn't know. It's a nude beach. I didn't know. So I'm walking out there and I had my camera in hand and I took pictures of that beach of my friend with that beach in the background, not to get the beach because I didn't know it was nudist at the time. And I was taking shots that direction, but the good thing is the camera, the f-stop is so low or open that I got her sharp, but everything behind her is blurry. So even if there was somebody back there and they'd be way back there, so you'd have to pixel peep to see anything, they would be blurred out anyway. So I'm pretty good on that. But the problem was we were walking down there. Neither one of us knew it was a new beach. Walking down there, get there, and then I got my camera out, and I'm not taking pictures at this point. I just got it hanging low. Get down there, and I see a couple, a lady, just topless. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe it's topless. Then I see another lady that's topless. I see it naked dudes. I'm like, oh, bro. I was like, I was pissed because I was like, I got this camera out looking like a whatever. It's like put it back in the bag. Sat down there for a while with my buddy, and she she didn't know either, and she was sunbathing, and I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm going back to the other beach just because I've been to topless beaches before, even new beaches in Europe, but it's kind of like you were going there, so it's different. Is when you just walking at from one beach to another, and then you come up and you're like, oh man, no, I'm good. Let me head back to this other beach, and both beaches are amazing beaches as far as sand, water, all of that good scenes. So went back to the other beach and chilled there for a while. She stayed at that beach, I think, for maybe another hour or so. And I think some people approached her. Some people approached her. Some dudes approached her. You know, and I don't know. It wasn't like a how can I say it wasn't like a an aggressive approach, but it was just like, hey, how you doing? And they were nude. So she told me about that, but then she was like, "Nah, I think I'm good now." She came back to the other side too. But yeah, that beach. I think it's the only beach like that here on the island or here in this in the area of Florianopolis. So, but yeah, it was interesting. But I'll have a video coming out of Playa Mole, which is just south of that beach. I might point it out, but I can't show anything. I don't have any real video or pictures of that beach unless it's just in the far background and blurry, which that's how it should be. If it's a new beach, you can't be out there filming anything. So that is what it is. Okay. Yeah, man. My comments aren't dropping in on the StreamYard, but I see him here. Let me see something right quick. Let me Tobias was talking about something, said South is where the thick ones are. Rio Grande do Sul, okay. It's not just her. If you're melanated, speak English first. Okay. Gotcha. Good points there. Yeah, I got my iPad up running here and I got it over here on StreamYard. But hey, the video is out. Tobias, I'll probably hit you up, man, a little later, man. We might have to do something. Got to get back on this live stream thing too. So, yeah, I'll probably hit you up right after this. But yeah, videos about the premiere. It's starting. I think we got a few minutes. We'll do this for like one more minute, and then we'll want everybody to go over and hit that and check out the video. All right. Cool. Yeah, I think we got a lot of people dropping off anyway right now. Let's see. Cool, got you, man. I don't know why StreamYard has been doing this lately. It's kind of bad on the comments. They just now dropped in on StreamYard. But yeah, all right. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Check out that link. Check out that link right there. Right there. The video is out. It's only gonna take 8 minutes of your day. Check it out. I didn't put no subscribe buttons in there, nothing. Just just putting videos out. I might start doing that from now on. Just get these videos out there and do very little of all that. You know, by now, I feel like people want to see a certain place. I'm gonna show them. They subscribe, they subscribe. But most important thing is you watch the video, watch as much of it as you can. Watch the whole thing. You got 8 minutes. Come on, and then share the video. You know, somebody that's maybe thinking about a different part of Brazil. Show them the video. All right. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Check it out and stay tuned because I'm dropping some more videos soon for real this time. All right.